This is many-one function. A function f from A to B is said to be many-one function if there exist at least two non-distinct elements A1 and A2 in A, such that f of A1 equal to f of A2 in B. Means two distinct elements in the domain will have same image in the codomain. That type of function is called many-one function. In other words, we can say if there are at least two different inputs in the domain that produce the same output in the codomain, then the function is many-to-one. A function which is not one-to-one is many-to-one. We can also say like this. Now, example of many-to-one functions. Uh, this is your absolute value function, that is the modulus function. Okay, here domain will be all real numbers and codomain will be non-negative real numbers. Means negative and positive always give you the non-negative real numbers. This is many one function type example in which you have x and y have the same image A, z and w have same image C, B is left without any pre-image. So this is type of inverse. Okay, this is many one again. 1, 2, 3 same image x, 4, 5 same image y, 6 is image is z. This is onto because every element of y has a pre-image in the previous set. So now come to this example of many-to-one function. One is the absolute value function, another is a square function, that is fx equal to x square, because -1 and +1 will give you the same image as 1. Similarly, constant function fx equal to c. All the elements x will map to the one element, that is the c point. Okay, so these are the examples of many-to-one function. Come to next. So few properties of many-to-one function are there. Number one is domain of the function should have at least two elements having the same value. It is clear from the definition. There can be many inputs but only one output. Same meaning. Different input can have the same output. That is the codomain. If every value in range has input image, then many-to-one function is also called onto function. Means every image has its pre-image. Then it is called many-to-one and onto. And if every value in range has no input image, that is no pre-image, then many-to-one function is also called many-to-one and into. Okay, means at least one image has no pre-image. So these are the two types of many-to-one function, onto and into. The many-one function can also be called a constant function, that I have told in the example, because there is only one codomain. And the elements in domain of many-one function should have always be more than the number of elements in codomain. Means codomain will be always less than the domain, because domain has so many elements mapping to the one element. So codomain will be less than domain. Your example is constant function. All the x's will map to the single element, that is c, is less than domain in case of many-one function. Many-to-one function cannot have inverse function. Means you cannot you cannot find the inverse of this function. This you will learn in the later. Half of many-one function. Suppose this is your example of x equal to x square, in which -1 will map to 1, 1 will map to many-to-one. So if you draw the graphs, you will see like this. And graph of many-to-one function does not pass the horizontal line test. Means at least one point in its range. That is, if you draw a horizontal line over here, you will get that the same height, you will get 2 points. One on this side, second quadrant, one on the first quadrant. Means what do you mean by this? Means there is two values of y which is same for the different values of x over here. Okay, so means horizontal line test does not clarified by this many-one function. Okay, because it is giving two input giving the same output. So to check whether a function is many-one or not, we only have to draw a line parallel to the x-axis on the graph. If it intersects the graph at more than one point, then the function is a many-to-one function. So if you first draw the original graph, then draw a line parallel to x-axis over here, you will get 2 points cutting the the line, the straight line parallel to x-axis. So in that case, it is many-to-one function. Thank you.